Good morning, everybody. Yep, I see the transparent shirt. Awesome, awesome. Yep, good morning. It's Monday trading. Um, Not too much movement in the market so far. I mean, that's just kind of how Mondays are. If you saw the background to this live stream, is there going to be enough volume for trading? Possibly, possibly not. It looks like it's more of a bullish day, but we'll definitely look around and see what we can run into. So let's go ahead and get it started. All right. So of course I have BPTH up. This is one that's just been kind of dragging around. Make sure I'm out of the way. There we go. Good morning, Eric. How are you doing? For everyone, if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, or however, I can look at anything really. We'll go ahead, bring this up. It's still a little early. I mean, we have 30 minutes till market open. So again, it looks like for like DERM, that's going to be a bullish trade. LPTX volume's looking good. For the short side, NIHD is really the only one that I'm looking at. Maybe SLNO will grow some volume, but with that said, SLNO, speed of pain. It's awesome. We'd have to see if it's actually tradable within TradeNet, because some of these penny stocks aren't tradable, unfortunately. So we just kind of have to go off of that. Oh man, yeah, still trying to wake up. Oh, jeez. So I did put a withdrawal within this account. So as everyone knows, I was building this account up, got it to about $370, which is almost about 100% within the account, and then put in a request for a withdrawal to take some profits, and it looks like the withdrawal just took place. So we're basically back to starting again. So that's always awesome. A lot of people ask me, how does the TradeNet process work for withdrawals? Do you get paid? Do they steal all your money? So on and so forth. Basically, from the 1st to the 10th of the month, you put in a withdrawal to request, whatever amount of money that you have within your account. Depending on your account size, if you have an intro, you have pro, however, then you would split at that time. So with the intro, I get to keep 70% of the profits. They keep 30% of the profits. A lot of people don't like that. Again, it's just pros and cons. So I get to use $14,000 of buying power for only investing $400 initially. And then they get to keep 30% of my profits. So the higher you move in the accounts, the less profit they would be able to keep. And then from the about the 15th, they take it out of your account. And then you normally get in your bank account around like the 18th or 20th. So it is a drawn out process, I will admit that. With SureTrader, when I used to use them, it was much more quick. I mean, I would just put in the request and then I would think like a week later it'd be in the bank account. But, again, pros and cons. NIHD is showing short size 0, not shortable. Let me take a check. Short size 0 tradable. Yeah, that is kind of weird. The short size is 0. Yeah, that is weird. It says it's tradable though, so I would definitely check it out. I'm gonna take a look right here. Okay, yeah, the volume's really good. It is down 80 cents, which I like that. Looking at the previous day's low really wouldn't assist us too much in this case. 370. Oh, look at that. 370 is the high of this candle. 370 is the high of this candle. Ultimate stop. Let's see. I wouldn't say it would be 370. I like seeing that it's down 83 cents. Once it gets close to 83 cents, it could be a good potential for an entry. It is a penny stock. The spread is, I mean, 3 cents isn't too bad, just depending on how much movement it's going to have at market open. So yeah, I'll definitely keep this one in mind. Might as well go right down because I'll forget. Okay, let's. All right, let me go ahead and refresh this. So I'm gonna put down. Okay, we already have NIHD. Awesome. I wish. I'll go ahead and write down some of the bullish stocks just so we can take a look at them. So we have Derm, LPTX, WP. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a bullish day within the market. PHAS, if it stays up there. The interesting thing about PHAS, and I can kind of just say this, I could be wrong, of course, because the stock market is 100%, but I would say the 3 minutes before market opens, so from like 9:27 to 9:30, is really going to determine how it's going to move once market opens. So we'll actually look at PHAS like right before market open, just to see if that actually holds true. Because normally with stocks like this, they're up 88%, and it could go to 100%. I like for it to hold. Just if it holds until 9:30, it doesn't have a crazy drop off. If it holds, normally there's some type of spike, and then you have just a huge pullback. And the spike that normally occurs, it isn't really too overextended. So, but yeah, if anyone has any stocks they want me to look at, please let me know. You know, I basically have the stocks I'm going to look at. Normally, it only takes me about a couple minutes just to look at the stocks and, you know, say, oh yeah, this is what I want to look at for the day. And then there's normally one that I'll focus on. And it looks like NIHD is the one that I'll focus on. Excuse me, but it is a penny stock. So with penny stocks, a lot of people ask, you know, how much would you risk in a trade? It really just depends on your account size and also what you're comfortable with. You know, for this trade, I mean, market hasn't opened, but if you're wanting to risk like 10 cents, let's say you got into the trade here and you were short and like 250 was where you're actually going to cut off, you know, somewhere around there, 10 cents. You know, if you took 200 shares, then 10 cents would be $20. You know, is $20 too much for you? Is that going to freak you out? For the larger traders, they would take, you know, 1,000 shares, because 1,000 shares, 20 cents, it's $200. So, you know, that really wouldn't be too much because their accounts are normally larger for advanced traders. But we do have a buyer wall right now, so it looks like it's been holding this VWAP moving average area. I just really would like to have a spiking candle at open. If there's not a spiking candle at open, then I will not trade it. BPTH. It's been going sideways, very low volume today. Probably won't trade it. I don't really like the low volume. Let's go ahead and look at the bullish stocks. All right, so this is the one up 90%. I mean, very overextended. We look at the daily, it's already broken. Yeah, it said it went all the way up to 14.98. Goodness. So it had a huge push up here, come back for consolidation, and then now it's still ramping up. So all right, so we have that one. LPTX. Okay, so LPTX, I mean, it's come up, came back for consolidation. Nothing really too special there. I don't think anything crazy is going to occur at the moment. WP broke out through this consolidation, came up. Again, nothing really too special. And then PHAS, 100%. Wow, this one has already, look at this wicking candle. So this huge wicking candle right here just says that it's very bearish. And PHAS was one that we would look at open. So I mean, starting down here at $3.50, pushing all the way up to $12. That's crazy. 20 minutes till market open. Yeah, I'm definitely not used to this. Normally, I just get into the market about like 9:25, look at my stocks real quick, and then we go from there. I just want to have more time, so if anyone has any questions in regards to stocks or, you know, what they possibly, I don't know, some type of idea of which way the stock may go or how, any advice for trading it, anything like that, you know, definitely feel free to ask. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and sub counter 532. Thank you so much. Almost 51,000 views. That's awesome. Thank you so much to everyone. I truly appreciate that. Trading Monkey, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for popping in. Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, are there any stocks that you're looking at for the day, or I'm sure I mean, PHAS has had a really big pullback, but let's see, yeah, Derm's going to be an interesting one, especially since it is pretty overextended on the daily. Getting a pullback at open, like a really good pullback, and then buying the dip, that could be a good look on Derm. But I would just make sure, you know, let the sell off occur. And when it comes to selling off, like personally, for like a dip buy, the more that it sells off, the later in the day, the smaller the chance it's actually going to pop. That's something that I personally look for. But awesome. Thank you so much for checking in. I truly appreciate that. Yeah, for Trading Monkey, definitely check out his channel. Just an awesome guy. Love his videos. Definitely energetic, so always fun to watch. Of course, Circuit, definitely gonna hit the markets. Very excited about that. Already have our partnerships up here in the top right. So we have Castle Coin, Spectre Security, Castle Coin. Amazing projects, amazing teams. And then let's go ahead and get back to the desktop. All right, take care, Trading Monkey. Excellent seeing you. Thank you so much for stopping in. Yeah, Derm's still continuing. And again, with Derm and with PHAS, that 5 minutes before market open, it's going to be interesting. Is it going to hold, or is there going to be a huge pullback? Because if there's a huge pullback before market open, then normally at market open, it's not going to be as prevalent. So go ahead and we'll write that down. You know, we have a 1340 high right here, just a high within this. So it is ascending. So I can draw my little thing right here. We have a double bottom, double top, double bottom within that candle. So looks like it wants to break through the double bottom. Do you know if market percent change counts the percentage? Do you know if market percent change counts the percent change during pre-market? Are you speaking of like right now, the movement that occurs in the pre-market will change the percentage? If that's it, then yes, it will. Like, I mean, you can see it going right now. And then if we take a look at, which one was it? Is it LPTX? No. Oh, here we are. And a huge buyer wall. It's just going sideways for now. Take a look back. Always go through here. And then when it comes to market open, we can always go through the trade net. top 20. I just like looking at this personally. LL would be nice if the volume would ramp up a little bit. 127 is still pretty choppy. Like when trying to do a pre-market scan. Yeah, I mean the percentage would change going with the pre-market because you would be able to scan it. I mean, every scanner has its own, basically the way it's set up. If it's looking for overextensions or a certain amount of volume or however, but yeah, the percentage would change during the pre-market. And again, it goes solely off of your the scanner that you're using, whichever one that may be. That's why I don't really mess around with scanners too much. I just keep it really simple. But scanners are nice. I know a lot of people that use them, and it helps them. So, all right. What's nice about this stock LL is actually it went under $10. So under $10, you're normally not going to find industrial traders. So yeah, it's kind of going to be a war zone in there. Yeah, no worries. Don't forget to dislike your own stream. Is it good luck? Oh man, Garage Day Trade, awesome to see you. Definitely best to you during trading. People say mega money Mondays or whatever. Mondays just seem to be really. I just don't see the action. You know, I guess people are going to view it however they want. Primarily looking at NIHD. I don't really even like that one, to be honest. And then LL. Not really liking that. Mega Red Mondays. Yeah. Because with the low volume, there's not a lot of things to look at, and you know it's easy to force trades. I mean, I force trades. Everyone does it. You know, it doesn't matter how long you've been trading at your level or anything like that. Everyone has emotions. When scanning during pre-market, it will say 0% change, but market change somewhere. Yeah, again, it just comes with the scanner, whatever it's set with. If it actually will read pre-market activity or however. I mean, just like with TradeNet here, you can toggle off. You know, that's with no pre-market. Now I'm looking at pre-market. So yeah, no worries. Yeah. Mega Red Mondays. Hey, I'm happy. I got my withdrawal from TradeNet, so it's really whatever to me now. Not saying I'm going to be crazy with the stock, but you know, we grew it a good amount, about 80%, and then see how it goes from there. We have about 11 and a half minutes till market open. Yeah. Yeah, NIHD is just going sideways. LL. Yeah, I'm not liking the daily whatsoever. No, definitely not. PHAS has seen better days. And what, Derm? Derm's going to be an interesting one. It's definitely going to be. Well, let's see if there's any news for it. Shares may rally to $15 or higher on today's data. So they filed, announces positive results for phase 2 study. Oh, okay, so it looks like another BPTH is probably going to occur. Nice. Yeah, It's going to be interesting. But of course, with any type of overextension, 94%, there's going to be a pullback. I mean, it may be a 5-cent pullback or it could be multiple point pullback. Phase 2 study. Okay. Thank you. Float too big at 33 mil. Yeah. Normally don't pull this out till market open, but let's do it. Oh, NIHD. Well, not see anything there. Yeah, Mondays, man. I'm telling you, Mondays is the volume is normally just so. And again, that's why I had the background for this live stream as, you know, is there going to be enough volume? Yeah, there's going to be stocks that do have a good amount of volume, just like NIHD, almost 2 mil within the pre-market, but it just doesn't really give you that many choices. So, you know, it's always upsetting when you get into the market and you don't see those textbook setups. You know, of course, you can always dig to try to find something, but you know, when there's low volume, it really, it doesn't make it fun. So I'll try to keep the excitement in, but I can't promise anything. Yeah, so for my bullish people out there, DERM is probably going to be a good dip buy at some point. Right now it's holding. Let's see how it reacts at 925, 927-ish. And if it stays trending like it is right now, just going sideways, then it's definitely going to be, it's market open there. You're going to see a really good pullback, I would imagine. But if it pulls back about 3 minutes till market open, then definitely going to have a lot of dip buys. So that's just kind of seems to be the way that it works with these. Yeah, PHAS, I think it had, you know, its rally was back here in the pre-market. After that, it's just kind of died off. Now, it could be consolidating, don't get me wrong. All this could be consolidation, then it could rally back up. But, you know, 100%, it's got to pull back sometime. OSTK. So it's low volume. Okay, so previous day's low 1994, about 50 cents. Yeah, it's just really low volume. It's not even at 100,000, so it could be really choppy. The spread is about 10 cents right now, and at market open, it could become even more spread. OSTK. Yeah, short. It's weird it says it's tradable and then 0 shorts. So, yeah, Garage Day Trader, definitely best of luck to you. I'll be checking out your video later. Of course, thumbs up, as always. Alright, we have about 5 minutes till market open. We're almost there. We are almost there. Let me know if there's any stocks that you want me to look at. More than happy to do so. OSTK, again, volume is very important because, like you can see this, I mean, the choppiness. If you got stuck in this, I mean, you know, right here, you got stuck in it. Next thing you know, you go from being at a close of 1930 to a close of 19. So 15 cents basically out of nowhere. Depending on your share size, I mean, that could cripple your account. So that's why you just really want to be careful when it comes to low volume stocks. Looking at Derm again. So Derm is holding sideways. Yep. See how it reacts at like 927. Seller wall NIHD. Yeah, I mean, it's buyer wall and seller wall. This one just does not want to move. But it is down 94 cents, which I think is about 8 cents more than what we were looking at. It's down almost 30%. I mean, that's a lot. Because with these penny stocks, even $1 could be just very detrimental to it. So almost down $1, almost 30%. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and it's got a spread. A penny stock with a spread is never good. Never want to see that. Let's go back over to Derm. Yeah, let's type it in. Yeah, it's still pushing. Wow. Does not want to pull back. So up almost 100%. Very overextended on the daily. It does have positive news, so we don't want to assume that it is just a pump and dump, because it does have positive news. This thing could ride up much higher. I mean, you can even see the formation right here. It's a cup and handle. So we have the cup right here, we have the handle, and technically it should push through right here. So yeah, watching the so it's starting to close up. Okay, we're getting a push. See if it continues to go through, because 45 right here, and then we also have 45 here, and then you have 48. So 3 cents. This could turn into a false break. So only 3 cent movement push. Hopefully the bulls get together and they're able to push it through. But market open, especially since it's holding like this a minute and a half, market open, I think the volume's just going to explode in. Yeah, because it wants to push through this 1345. I mean, the time and sales are going crazy. So if people aren't familiar, time and sales, basically this number right here, you would add 2 zeros to the end of it. So if someone bought 1,000 shares here, 800, 200, 700, 100, so on and so forth. So we have the cup, handle. Basically, well, technically it broke through, but it was a very weak break. So, all right, we have a minute. It's really not that much. LL. Oops. Mondays, I'm telling you, Mondays volume's very low. You know, we're not going to force anything, but we'll keep our eye out. Let's see what Facebook's up to. Yeah, see, again with some stocks, I mean, you know, I have these huge pullbacks moments before market open. Even with this stock, I could only buy, geez, I couldn't buy that many shares. And market opens now. Look at that. Alright, we are off to the races. Facebook's having a huge well, it's recovering from this pullback. I wouldn't say it's actually overextending since it's making up for this huge candle that pushed down. It could continue to push down. I wouldn't trade it if it did. If it overextended itself, got closer to filling this gap of this -2, then possibly, but it's not really looking like it's going to. We'll keep an eye on Facebook. We'll go ahead and write that down so I don't forget. But again, nothing special. Take a look at Derm. Yeah, so we're having this push, and then of course there's going to be a pullback. Since it stayed consolidated, you had the push, normally not anything crazy, and then you get the pullback, and it is overextended off the VWAP. So that was something that we talked about within the pre-market. If anyone wants me to look at any stocks, please let me know. I possibly may trade something if I see an opportunity. Yeah, Facebook's just crap. I was hoping it would push back, but the later that we get into trading day, it's less appealing to me. It needs to like push back like immediately for it to be something that I would watch. Because every minute that goes by after market open, it's just less and less basically being able to see which way it would go. LL volume isn't great, but it does have, yeah, I mean the spread isn't the best. Previous day's low 994. It's about a point, and it's down about a point. So yeah, dang it. I was hoping Facebook, yeah, no, Facebook just, and a lot of people are going to view this and they're going to say, they're just going to jump in short because they see it's going down. I promise you there's going to be a pullback. It really just depends on how long the pullback's going to take. There's going to be a pullback. There has to be. It's not going to go down another 10 points without some type of pullback. I mean, you know, I'm not quite sure the news, if there has been any news. We'll actually go to the top 20, go through it real quick. So this is what I do if I'm really not seeing anything I like. I'll just go through this very quick. I'm seeing LL. If LL breaks through the VWAP, it could be nice if it breaks through the high. Oh, well, there we go. Well, we have 925, 925. It does have a spread on it. The high, 994. Let's see, so it's becoming very overextended, and it is filling this gap. I'm gonna short it right there. I didn't get the, I kind of did. We'll see where it goes from there. It could continue to go up, but what I was looking for is filling this gap and also the previous day's low. Don't get me wrong, it could pull back, consolidate, and keep pushing higher. But we'll go from there if it does. What was I looking at, Derm? Yeah, Derm's starting to pull back. Keep an eye on LL. Look at this overextension. We have 936 as our average. So you actually might be able to see the way that I trade. I may lie. Yeah, so normally you would be adding when it breaks these highs. Just depending on how much it consolidates. Yeah, I should have added when it broke through again. Now it's come down to the VWAP. We'll see how it reacts to the VWAP. So, Yeah, that wicking candle could show us a lot right there. So came back down, consolidated 972. It's getting closer to filling the gap, then also 994. Let me go ahead. I'm not gonna stop at 994. I just put it right here so I can have a mental note. Wow, look at this push. Jeez, this thing's pushing. All right. Well, hell. You give me a time to add, man. Jeez. Well, that's not fun. Trying to add into the push, placed 100 to add, and then it did that to me, so I wasn't able to get my average up. Yeah. So with 10, yeah, I mean 994 was the previous day's low, and 998 is where it hit. So that's why I look at the previous day's low. A lot of people aren't familiar why I would look at it, but that's kind of the reason right there. So we have this huge spike. It could continue to go up. It could go up and break it, but as you see the VWAP and the moving average, I always say if they cross, something's going to occur. They crossed, and then we had this huge push to the previous day's low. So we are having, I mean, it is somewhat of a bearish flag. Yeah, this is a bullish candle, but it's a very bearish bullish candle. I'm about to add because I have this huge seller wall right here. Just want to see how it reacts here. Okay, well, we saw how it reacted there. Yeah, my average is horrible. 936. So bad. So bad. Definitely should have added on the way up. I had it in the montage and I didn't execute it, so kind of went against my trading strategy, which is never good. But you know, works out that way sometimes. So let's look at Derm again. Yeah, Derm, wow. So we had this somewhat of a spiking candle. Comes back for a consolidation, and then now we're just ramping up again. So if anyone has any stocks they want me to look at, please let me know. Pretty much in LL right now with the worst average of probably anyone that's trading the stock. But kind of disappointed myself. Yeah. Yeah, there definitely should have been an add in this candle. That would have added to the position. It would have raised the average of the position I have. So stock would have went up, average would have went up. Looks like we're getting somewhat of a, I mean, we have a double bottom right there. This one's just acting a little weird, I have to say. Probably won't hold this one for much longer. If we look at the 5-minute candles, yeah, depending on where it actually opens, but it still is very bullish, and I think that may have initiated some type of bullish presence. So yeah, the more you're in a stock, the longer, like the later it gets within the trading day, the worse. So that's why I'm really not liking, if it breaks this 924 bottom, I'm going to get out of the stock. Because it could easily just consolidate right here at the moving average and the VWAP and then just continue to go up. Kind of like what it's doing right now. So that's never fun. So could have been greedy by not getting out at this bottom. But again, we'll just keep an eye on it, see how it goes. If it wants to spike up again to here, then maybe another potential to add to the stock. This would have just been the best time to do it though. So it looks like Durham hit. Good point right here. Became very overextended off the VWAP, so coming down to possibly close that gap a little bit. We have a double top right here. Let's see how it reacts to the VWAP, if it's going to hold on this VWAP and moving average. And of course, breaking this 924 area right here would definitely be a good look. Still upset that I didn't add into this push. That was a very bad move on my part. But it did fill the gap right here of the previous day's low, and that's what we look for. So if it breaks through again, if it breaks through 924, I'm getting out of the trade because it's starting to go sideways. It's not looking good. Let's look at Facebook real quick. Yeah, Facebook never had that pullback that we wanted. So buyer wall and seller wall. That's awesome. Look at that seller wall. Jeez. Looking for that 924 to break. Okay, there we go. So take 100 there. See how it reacts right here. Wait for it to close the gap a little bit. It's too spready. Going down a little bit more. I'm gonna get out of it right there. I don't really like that. Okay, so I battled with LL way too long. That should have never happened. Horrible average on my part. Very disappointed. Even if I was green, $42, which is about 10%. That was just a horrible execution on my part. When it spiked up and it closed the previous day's low, I mean, beautifully. That's why I look at the previous day's low. It closed it, like, right on the dot. And then it came back down. I should have added into that to get a better average and more share size. Didn't do it, so. Yeah, that's always disappointing. But, you know, I'm sure it's crashed down much more now. Probably going to break the lows, but I just didn't like that sideways momentum. Wasn't trying to stay in that for much longer. What else do we have? So let's look at NIHD. How did that move? We got somewhat of a spike up to the VWAP, and then it just had a double bomb right here going sideways. LPTX. Not 36 here. Oh, in NIHD? 936 here. Yeah, if it's NIHD, looks like 237 is a 237. Yeah, so if it busts through 237, if it is that you're shorted, oh, LL. Oh, okay, gotcha. 936. That's like the same average I had. That's awesome. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna, I would watch how it reacts to the VWAP, but I normally get out a little earlier since this is pretty late in the day for me. Yeah, it's only 15 minutes into market, but that's really late. What should have happened in a perfect world that I don't, live in, but as soon as it spiked up, closed its previous day's low, like beautiful. That's textbook right there. Comes up. When I say previous day's low, I even put it right here, 995, just for a high of that. Closed it. I should have added into this a good amount. When it came back down, my average would have been around like I'd say like 960 something. Came back down to like the 930s, 40s, right in this area before it started consolidating. I mean, that would have been the profit. The trade would have been over right here, about 8 minutes into market. But as you see with the tickets, I took about 10 minutes. That is the longest trade I've taken in months. 10 minutes. Jeez. But yeah, no, good work on LL. 881 is the low. So, yeah, I honestly, at this point in time, I keep a very tight stop on it. Just for my, the way that I trade. Because if it starts to break through, let's say 924, the high of this candle, then it gets up to the VWAP, it breaks through that. It could just, it possibly could continue to go. So look at the 5 day or the 5 minute. We break through 904. Yeah, I would just be very careful with the VWAP and the moving average right there. Hopefully it does break over below the 904. But just be very careful. And of course, don't always get greedy. Or don't get greedy. Don't always get greedy. Don't get greedy. Greed, FOMO, overtrading, those are all get you every single time. But I can't complain. 42 bucks. I'm not really seeing too much else. Facebook didn't act the way that I wanted it to. It would have been amazing if it pulled back, came up on this one candle, and broke the high like crazy, but that didn't happen. So, WP. Yeah, that's just basically sold off the entire day. I think Derm is the stock a lot of bull traders are going to watch for dip buys, but I'd be very careful with this one. Like I was saying earlier, it's coming down to touch the VWAP, close it, and then it could just, continue to go up. Yeah, it's up over 100%. There's going to be a pullback, but it could be just like BPTH. I mean, it could just continue to go and go. And let's see how BPTH is working. So, the thing that I was looking at this morning is I see a low of 27, and then there was a low of 28 right here, but it broke 28. So if it continues to break, it breaks through 27, it may continue to go down. Like I said quite some time ago, everyone's going to be watching for this area to break. That's going to be the biggest thing for it to get back to where it was before that whole push. So just be very careful on BPTH. And AKTX was another one I was looking at. So it was pushing up. I was telling everyone, obviously it's going to push back down. It did a good amount, and then it looks like it's starting to consolidate going sideways. So up about 20% right now. Not too bad. If anyone has any stocks they want me to look at, please let me know. I'm pretty much done trading. Mondays, I don't like trading Mondays whatsoever. I love Thursdays. Thursdays are my favorite day to trade, just because everything's starting to ramp up. Any type of pushes, like pump and dumps that have occurred on like Monday or Tuesday, they normally start breaking down on Thursdays. So Thursday, I can always get like a good scalp off of it. AKTX breaking through up on the daily. But yeah, $42, 10 minutes. Definitely not my best trading. I can't say I'm not upset, but I'm disappointed, and that's always just worse. 10% in the small account. You know, could have gone a little different. Should have added into the push. I was a little apprehensive on adding, so I had it in the montage. I just didn't execute, and it went against me. So take a look at LL right now. LL, yeah, I mean, it's pushing through the VWAP, and we are having a bottom wick candle. So if anyone is in this trade, I'd be very careful, because it is starting to be a little spready. But when the spread is closing, it seems like it's closing in the bulls' favor. So you have 16 and 19. Okay, 16, 17. Yeah, I would just be very careful. But yeah, let's see how Tesla's doing. Yeah, Tesla's just a mess. You have all these wicking candles, one after the other. I don't think it really knows which way it wants to go. Like, there's wicks at the bottom, there's wicks at the top, wicks at the bottom again. It's just always something with Tesla. That's why I don't really like trading Tesla, because it's just so undecided, like 100% of the time. I mean, this stock was green when it pushed up here, and now look at it. I mean, it's... Yeah. But that's how a lot of people... that's how a lot of people trade and make their money, is when something's pushing towards the low, they get in right before it breaks the low, and as you see here, that push, that strong push, that's where they make their money off that scalp. So but yeah, if anyone doesn't have any questions, if you want me to cover how I traded my trade, which wasn't the best way, and it wasn't really towards the technique that I have, I should have, if we look at it right now, I got into the trade at 933, so that's good. That's good. Got a pullback. This push of a high 998, the low of previous days 994, so it's like right on it, and then it pulls back. I should have added into this push. I didn't, so a little upset about that. And then of course it looks like we are holding this moving average. So there. Wow. Oh wow. This one definitely overextended at 225%. Jeez. Good lord, for a formation. I mean, we could draw a little bit right here. Yeah, take the bottom of this. Yeah, I mean, never mind, it broke it. Yeah. This one really doesn't have too much of a formation. It is consolidating, going sideways. But it is at 230-some%. It's probably not even tradable within TradeNet. Not even coming up. It's awesome. So I'm going to take that as a no. But yeah, wow. Let's see if there's any news on this thing. So, clinical. Yeah, positive click. Okay, so again, it's just basically another BPTH. 295 double bottom. And if we look at the 5-minute, yeah, if it breaks through 295, you might get some type of movement, but I think the bulls are having a fun time with this one. There we go. So I had that double bomb right here at 295, broke through. But a lot of bulls are going to be viewing this as a dip buy. And that's why it's getting bought up. You see that it's the block of it is rising because it's getting dip bought. That's basically what bulls are looking for these stocks. Even when they're up 221%, they still want a dip buy. You know, it's just not going to continue to go up. You know, I promise you, you know, especially the chat rooms and everything like that, they got in a long time ago. You know, so it really just comes down to, you know, whoever else wants to trade it at this point in time. The double bottom on 1-minute candles. So basically the double bottom, if we look here, and that's why I was looking at 295, and that's exactly the reason I was looking at when I was in the stock of LL. I saw this double bottom. Basically these two candles right here, if you look on my left side, it has that little square. Whoopsie. It says LO, which means the low of this candle is 924. 924 and 924. So that's the support line, and the bears want to break that support line because when they break it, like you see here, there was a good amount of momentum. It wasn't anything crazy, but as you saw with the stock we were just looking at, there was a good amount of momentum behind it. So the bears want to break the support line, and the bulls want to break the resistance line. So we have 953 at these double tops. So once it hit 953, it just kind of stopped, and then that's when it had that push down. So when I say a double bottom, that just means the price at the bottom of these two candles is the exact same, and it's creating a support line. Are you going live all week? It's a good question. I'll try to go live as much as I can, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Definitely is. You know, definitely love to be here with everyone, help everyone where I can. It's definitely why I do these. Not like other day traders that say there's no benefit to it for them, so they don't do it. You know, it's kind of like you give back to the people that support you, and that's what I try to do within these live streams is help people that, you know, if I'm actually sitting here, I can look at everything. You can always hit me up on Discord, but I'm not always in front of the computer. So, yeah, LL is just kind of playing around with the VWAP right here. But Neo, yeah, a lot of people have been looking at Neo lately. It's wild. I actually bought this stock when it IPO'd, which was quite some time ago. Yeah, I mean way back here. But I bought it at $5.98. Then it rallied all the way up to over $13, so that was fun. But Neo right now, I mean, just look at this. Look at these buyer walls, and this is a huge float. I mean, huge. It's crazy if there's even any movement in this thing. It's basically saying all these shares need to be executed before it actually moves up to the next cent or moves down a cent. And that's just crazy. It's basically another HMNY. There isn't even anything for it finally broke through a cent. I'm surprised it might be OTC now, because it's been on a waiver basically to hit $1 forever and ever and ever. So, but yeah, Neo, it may have potential moving in the future. As far as day trading stance, I'm just not really seeing anything for a swing trade, there's just, it's not really too much going on. We'd have to figure out where the bottom is of this. I mean, it's broken through the all-time low. Like, since it's actually, you know, well, let me double check that actually. Okay, so 535. Yeah, because I remember when I actually got into the trade, like the first day it opened, it was sitting at, it opened above $6. It came back down, and then I told myself, if it gets closer to $6, I'll execute the trade. I only had 150 shares, so nothing too crazy. And I didn't trade it within the platform. I actually did it through my bank. So, a little different. But, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, 10 o'clock. So, yep. I mean, I've been done for about 15 minutes. Should have been much earlier, but I didn't execute my trade the way I should have. Should have added into this push, but I didn't. So, that's my fault. Yeah, if there's no more questions or no one wants me to look at anything, I think we're just going to call it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I may do this again tomorrow. If not, I'll try to be in the market tomorrow. You know, it was a good time. Another 10% within the small account. Can't complain about that. Especially only 200 shares, you know, getting the movement that we did. You know, I can't complain. Yeah, I should have added, but again, 10%, you know, it adds up over time. You know, when I first started the small account challenge, I was down 50%, ended up being from negative 50% to positive like 85%, 80% or something like that. So, you know, the small wins add over time. A lot of people would say, well, Jonathan, is only $42. You suck or whatever. Yeah, it's just $42, but you have $42, you know, 5 times a week, and then times that by every day that you trade in the market for the month. And again, this was very low share size. I'll probably up the share size this week. I took 200 shares, which, you know, that was a good amount because I wanted to continue to add, but I didn't. So I'll probably up the share size a little bit, see how that goes. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me go ahead and bring it over. What was your position size? I only had 200 shares. Yeah, I had 200 shares. I was going to add into the spiking candle, and I didn't, even though it was basically textbook. I mean, we have, oh, way back there. We had the previous day's low. You look on the left side of 994, and this candle hit up to 998. So, I mean, that was basically textbook right there. Didn't add, should have added, coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's kind of how it goes sometimes. But yeah, $42 on 200 shares. You know, that's not bad at all. Definitely not bad. If anyone is in this stock still, I would be very careful. It wants to break through the VWAP, and it's probably going to continue to break up. So I would be very careful on that one. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all so. Actually, I got to get back over to. Here we go. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll try this again tomorrow, possibly. Again, 10% small account. A little longer of a trade, but $42. I can't complain about that. As always, this is Jonathan and Mr. Kitty with Lone Wolf Day Trading, and stay green.